Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for another ACNH popularity Hunger Games with the popular villagers of this month. This is the August games. I'm sorry if this is a week late, and I said that it would be out by Friday at the latest, but yeah, I kind of gotten busy. So, I think y'all know at this point on the rules, so therefore let these games begin. So as the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds, and it's not supposed to happen this quickly because straight off the bat we have Lucky strangling Maple after engaging in a fist fight. So therefore, Maple's already dead. Okay, Sasha, Stitches, and Raymond work together to get as many supplies as possible. Marina grabs a jar of fishing bait while Sherb grabs fishing gear. Marina, I don't know if that's a good idea for you to, get fishing stuff. I mean, you're an octopus. Oh, wait, never mind. That's sea animals, so never mind. That's a good idea. Makes sense. Villagers do that. They fish. But I don't know if they have bait of some sort. Fauna retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Judy grabs a backpack and retreats. Molly snatches a pair of scythes. Rolled, Bob, and Fuchsia work together to get as many supplies as possible. Kid Cat grabs a shovel. Lolly runs away from the cornucopia. Shino also runs away. Marshall grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Might come in handy later. Ione runs away with a lighter and some rope. Coco steps off her podium too soon and explodes. Well, Coco's already gone too. Zucker grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. Ketchup rips a mace out of Rosie's hands. Audie grabs a shovel. Anka finds a bag full of explosives, so not a lot of people ran. So, 2 deaths already, we can, move on to day number 1. So Raymond defeats Zucker in a fight but spares his life. Stitches receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Rolled picks flowers. Audie overhears Judy and Marina talking in the distance. Kid Cat tries to sleep through the entire day. Ione also does the same. Lucky travels to higher ground. Fauna questions her sanity. Sasha attacks Fuchsia, but she manages to escape. Ketchup defeats Lolly in a fight, but she spares her life. Anka constructs a shack. Rosie, Bob, Molly, and Shino raid Marshall's camp while he is hunting. And Sherb also tries to sleep through the entire day. 2 cannon shots already, Maple and Coco. I don't know if I'm going to read it this time. So, yeah. Alright, so Ione tries to sing herself to sleep. Judy thinks about winning. Sasha convinces Raymond to snuggle with him. Stitches lets Lucky into his shelter. Marshall and Kid Cat tell stories about themselves to each other. Ketchup attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Girl, I do not know if that's safe for you to play with to start a fire. I mean, you're a tomato, so you could likely get cooked. Sorry, girl. Fuchsia convinces Bob to snuggle with her. Fauna cooks her food before putting her fire out. Anka starts a fire. Audie, Rosie, and Marina cheerfully sing songs together. Zucker and Molly huddle for warmth. Shino loses sight of where she is. Sherb climbs a tree to rest. And Rolled receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Lolly thinks about home. And that's it. No one has died on night 1. So, Kid Cat makes a slingshot. Marina runs away from Bob. Ione questions her sanity. Anka, Rosie, Judy, Marshall, and Fauna hunt for other tributes. Raymond also does the same. Stitches searches for firewood. Sasha picks flowers. Audie is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Lolly defeats Rold in a fight but spares his life. Ketchup bashes Molly's head with a mace. Well, Duck kills Duck, apparently. Zucker strangles Fuchsia with a rope. Okay, what's with everyone strangling each other? Shino, Lucky, and Sherb hunt for other tributes. And Molly and Fuchsia have died, and 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. So, yeah, maybe I'll just read them. Alright, here we go. Night 2. Ketchup destroys Rolled supplies while he is asleep. Marshall and Fauna cheerfully sing songs together. Zucker, Lolly, and Rosie sleep in shifts. Audie attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Kit Kat, Marina, and Sherb cheerfully sing songs together. Raymond passes out from exhaustion. Shino also destroys Lucky's supplies while he is sleeping. Sasha receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Anka sees a fire but stays hidden. Must have saw Audie's fire. Stitches tries to treat his infection. When did he get an infection? We don't know then. Bob and Ione run into each other and decide to truce for the night. No one has died on that night. So moving on with day number 3. Lucky camouflages himself in the bushes. Kit Kat collects fruit from a tree. Judy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Ketchup receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Fauna and Ione work together for the day. Zucker camouflages himself in the bushes. Stitches receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Marshall questions his sanity. Marina and Raymond work together for the day. Anka attacks Audie, but she manages to escape. Sherb makes a wooden spear. Bob receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Sasha injures himself. Lolly receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. And Rosie thinks about home. And Shino tries to spear a fish with a trident. And Roald also receives an unknown sponsor, and he gets a hatchet. No one has died today, so let's go! Audie defeats Zucker in a fight, but spares his life. Marshall screams for help. Judy and Ketchup tell stories about themselves to each other. Raymond tends to his wounds. Okay, since when did he have wounds? Never mind. Fauna tends to Sherb's wounds. Rosie convinces Shino not to kill her, only to kill her instead. Wow, Shino's gone. Lolly, Ione, and Rold sleep in shifts. Marina, Bob, Stitches, and Anka tell stories of... Marina, Bob, Stitches, and Anka tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Kit Kat attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Sasha looks at the night sky. Lucky starts a fire. And that's it. Raymond overhears Lucky and Marshall talking in the distance. Sasha questions his sanity. Ione fishes. Fauna makes a wooden spear. Anka travels to higher ground. Ketchup sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Zucker camouflages himself in the bushes. Lolly defeats Judy in a fight but spares her life. Bob receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Audie unknowingly eats toxic berries. And Audie's dead. Rosie goes hunting. Marina discovers a cave. Sherb stalks Rold. Stitches begs for Kit Kat to kill him. Kit Kat refuses, keeping Stitches alive. Smart move there, Kit Kat. Okay, what is it with 2 villagers dying each round? Now Shino and Audie are dead. I think pretty much most of the peppy... No, it's most of the normals that are gone. And... yeah. Okay, let's move on. Sherb and Kit Kat tell stories about themselves to each other. Ketchup is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Marshall loses sight of where he is. Judy cooks her food before putting her fire out. Raymond and Stitches tell stories about themselves to each other. Zucker, Bob, and Anka cheerfully sing songs together. Roald questions his sanity. Rosie and Fauna tell stories about themselves to each other. Lolly and Marina sleep in shifts. Same with Lucky and Ione. Sasha questions his sanity, and no one has died that night. Marshall, Ione, Anka, Sasha, and Stitches hunt for other tributes. Kid Cat travels to higher ground. Marina stalks Ketchup. Judy overhears Sherb and Lucky talking in the distance. Lolly collects fruit from a tree. Fauna attacks Raymond, but he manages to escape. Roald receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Bob fishes. Zucker tends to Rosie's wounds. And no one has died that day. Lolly thinks about home. Kid Cat and Marina talk about the tribute still alive. Bob and Lucky huddle for warmth. Raymond kills Sherb with a hatchet. Rip. Zucker destroys Fauna's supplies while she is asleep. Ione lets Anka into her shelter. Ketchup climbs a tree to rest. Sasha and Marshall talk about the tribute still alive. Roald thinks about home. Judy and Stitches tell stories about themselves to each other. And Rosie quietly hums. Okay, Ketchup makes a slingshot. Bob discovers a river. Rosie fishes. Kit Kat hunts for other tributes. Zucker, Raymond, Marshall, Lucky, and Stitches hunt for other tributes. Marina defeats Fauna in a fight but spares her life. Judy picks flowers. Lolly discovers a river. Ione constructs a shack. Roald overhears Sasha and Anka talking in the distance. And Sherb sadly has died. So here we go. Night 6. Rosie receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Judy defeats Stitches in a fight but spares his life. Kid Cat throws a knife into Ketchup's chest. Well, Ketchup was doing really good, but, she's gone now. Zucker screams for help. Oh, I bet he must have saw the Kid Cat murder Ketchup, and he's screaming, "Oh my gosh, help! Oh, Kid Cat just murdered Ketchup!" Something like that. Ione severely injures Marshall, but puts him out of his misery. Wow, squirrel versus squirrel. And Marshall is therefore dead. Marina, Fauna, and Lolly successfully ambush and kill Lucky, Raymond, and Roald. Okay, straight off the bat, a lot of villagers are dying. Bob is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Anka lets Sasha into his shelter. Okay, here we go. Day 7. Kid Cat, Rosie, Stitches, and Marina raid Sasha's camp while he is hunting. Ione begs for Judy to kill her. She refuses, keeping Ione alive. Girl, Ione, you just killed Marshall earlier. Judy, you should have said yes. Zucker discovers a river. Fauna searches for firewood. Bob thinks about home. Lolly attacks Anka, but she manages to escape. And 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance, and that's Ketchup and pretty much almost all the male villagers. Like, straight off the bat now, we only have Bob, Zucker, Sasha, Kid Cat. And that's all that's remaining from the guys, like the males. Ione, Rosie, Marina, and Anka and Fauna sleep in shifts. Stitches falls into a pit and dies. Rip. Rip Stitches. He didn't deserve to fall into a pit and die. Like, he was doing pretty good. Zucker, Bob, and Kid Kat discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Sasha lets Judy into his shelter, and Lolly's unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Sasha and Anka split up to search for resources. Kid Kat receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Fauna tends to Judy's wounds. Marina, Bob, and Ione get into a fight. Ione triumphantly kills them both. Zucker steals from Rosie while she isn't looking, and Lolly discovers a cave. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Stitches, Marina, and Bob. Wow, so straight off the bat, almost all the male villagers are dying. Ione quietly hums. Zucker sets up camp for the night. Rosie cooks her food before putting her fire out. Judy attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Fauna goes to sleep. Kid Kat lets Lolly into his shelter. Sasha receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. And Anka trying to escape the arena. Well, there goes Anka. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Lolly, Fauna, Rosie, and Judy team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Zucker and Sasha decide not to go to the feast. And Kid Kat strangles Ione after engaging in a fist fight. Well, Kid Kat is like, screw you, Ione. You have murdered like tons of villagers. You're not gonna win this. So yeah. Alright. Fauna explores the arena. Zucker and Kid Kat hunt for other tributes. Oh yeah, that's all that's remaining for the guys. Sasha, Kid Kat, and Zucker. Okay, moving on. Sasha is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Judy steals from Lolly while she isn't looking. And Rosie travels to higher ground. And 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Anka and Ione. Okay, Rosie tends to her wounds. Kid Kat screams for help. Judy, Fauna, Zucker, and Sasha tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood, and Lolly climbs a tree to rest. Zucker sprains his ankle while running away from Kid Kat. Does Zucker even have ankles? Huh. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. I mean, he's an octopus, so yeah. Rosie, Fauna, Sasha, and Judy hunt for other tributes. Lolly fishes. No one has died. Rosie poisons Zucker's drink, but mistakes it for her own, and Rosie dies. Judy tries to treat her infection. Fauna, Lolly, Sasha, and Kid Kat tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Zucker, Lolly, Fauna, and Fauna hunt for other tributes. Judy discovers a cave. Sasha receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and Kid Kat sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. And Rosie is the only villager that has died on that day. Kid Kat and Zucker tell each other ghosts. Oh no, wait, wrong one. Kid Kat and Zucker tell stories about themselves to each other. Judy and Fauna both stay awake all night. Sasha thinks about winning, and Lolly thinks about home. You know, Sasha, definitely, I kind of want... Sasha, you better win this, please. I mean, honestly, I don't care if he loses, because there's always the other games for him to win. Kid Kat tries to spear fish with a trident. Lolly picks flowers. Fauna tends to Zucker's wounds. Judy thinks about home. And Sasha searches for a water source. No one has died. Zucker sees a fire but stays hidden. Kid Kat is awoken by nightmares. How is Kid Kat getting this far? I mean, if he wins this game again, I mean, I'm just gonna be super excited. I mean, he's won, I think, twice. And if he wins a third time, you know, he's definitely entering the competition. Like, no, he already entered. So never mind. Lolly, Sasha, and Fauna sleep in shifts, and Judy sets up camp for the night. Judy tends to Fauna's wounds. Sasha collects fruit from a tree. Kit Kat, Zucker, and Lolly hunt for other tributes. No one has died. Zucker kills Kit Kat as he tries to run. Well, I said Kit Kat made it this far, and this is how far he makes it, sadly. Fauna convinces Judy to snuggle with her, and Lolly and Sasha run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Lolly, Zucker, and Judy hunt for other tributes. Sasha tries to spear fish with a trident, and Fauna explores the arena. And Kit Kat has died. Sasha quietly hums. Lolly severely slices Zucker with a sword, and Fauna poisons Judy's drink. Judy drinks it, and Judy died. Well, Judy dies. Well, this is it. Lolly, Sasha, or Fauna. Those are the final three. The final three. It's just between them. Sasha searches for a water source. Again. Lolly hunts for other tributes. Fauna tries to sleep through the entire day. Okay. Sasha dies from hypothermia, and Fauna stabs Lolly while her back is turned. So that means your winner is Fauna from District 7. So this means that Fauna's going into the competition. And dang, she killed 5 villagers! Dang! Fauna, seriously, was out for blood. But anyways, this is it for the August Hunger Games. I'm so sorry if it's delayed. I might do the Survivor Games tomorrow. So, yeah. That is it for this video of Animal Crossing Popular Villager Hunger Games. And I will see you in the next one.